Hey everyone, it's Adam, your friendly neighborhood solution architect. I'm here to give you a quick walkthrough of Tonkean. In a nutshell, Tonkean is a no-code workflow automation tool that handles the intake, triage, and coordination of all your procurement processes. In this video, I want to quickly show you how we address all three of these. Let's start with intake. Tonkean is really big on reducing change management and bringing the intake to your requesters. So now your requesters can engage with you wherever they'd like to work, like making a procurement request over email, making purchasing approvals in Slack or Teams, or engaging with the form online your team has already created on platforms like SharePoint, Google Forms, or even a form made by Tonkean itself. Let's walk you through a real example here on Slack. Say that I'm a manager inside of your company and I want to make a new software purchase request. I could be inside of Slack, a place that I already live in, and go to a procurement ops channel. And like a knowledge management repository for the end user, I could just type in a human request like, I want to buy some software. And Tonkean's already doing the work, listening for key phrases and words inside of that request, and then appropriately triaging it out to the right human or automated response. So here it sounds like you want to make a procurement request. Click the button below to continue. So instead of a simple question and answer response, we can actually deliver actionable steps to the end user, providing them a form to kick off the procurement request process. Providing a drop-down list of all the vendors currently available, a drop-down list of the procurement request types, and then based off of our responses, dynamically provide a number of additional fields to fill out based on the conditional business logic related to this type of request. So once I'm done, I'll go ahead and hit submit, and then Tonkean will automatically launch a Jira workflow with that information. I'll hit submit. So to summarize, Tonkean is listening to all of your intake channels, triaging it out to the right humans or system, and then creating or updating records in those systems. As we see right here, Tonkean just generated our procurement request inside of Jira. It's in the review status, and I can click into that application and see that response in real time. Going back to Slack view, we can see the info about that procurement request, proving whether the status event happens inside of Jira. The information can automatically be updated right here inside of this thread where the requester originally engaged with it. In addition to receiving Slack and email notifications, the requester can also go to this interface, which is kind of a Domino's pizza tracker for all of your procurement requests. The requester can see the type of request that's been made, all the information about it, important information from Oracle or Jira, and we can also see all the subtasks as well that are important to this particular process. There's also comments for follow-ups, coordination, and a timeline that's available for logging purposes. So this is a great view to coordinate on a particular request, but what if you want to see all your requests across all your teams? Well, that's what workspaces are for. This is a customizable view that's your one-stop shop to see all the recent and active procurement-related requests happening inside your organization. High-level KPIs, customizable graphs, queues of new vendor purchases for instance, and of course you can drill down into its own specific pizza tracker that we saw for that particular request. But the real question is, how do you make these? How do we generate all of these custom interfaces and pre-fill them with the related information that was important to our organization? Well, that's when our Solution Studio comes in. This automation builder is where your procurement operations team will go to automate the intake, triage, and coordination of all these requests. Just pick an input source like Slack, Teams, Salesforce, Forms, or all four, and then continuously monitor them with Tonkean. We see here that when we get a Slack message with a purchase keyword is mentioned, the following flow executes with a couple forms are followed up by the human, and then a Jira workflow is kicked off. And then that pizza tracker is automatically delivered. We can continue this adventure by allowing procurement operations teams to create more actions like providing multiple choice questions, sending an update form, providing action steps to the end user, or creating and updating records with one of the many enterprise applications that you would expect out of a workflow automation tool. And it obviously doesn't stop at procurement requests. Chances are legal and other teams inside your company have several processes that require intake, triage, and coordination. And as you should be able to tell by now, that's our bread and butter, maybe jam. I hope that was a good little sampler of what Tonkean can do for your procurement team's intake, triage, and coordination. Thanks for listening.